Hey folks, Taylor again. So, same question. How do you write jobs on OpenFN? But this time we're going to look at job writing using entirely the open source integration toolkit. So that's devtools, core, the adapters, and we're going to look at the GitHub integration. So we are in the project for COVID action on OpenFn.org, but only to show you some setup steps. And actually, this screen here is OpenFN devtools, and the editor I'm using to modify some of these files and run commands with devtools is Visual Studio Code. You could use a text editor of your choice, Sublime Text or Atom or Microsoft Word, though I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, anyway, you'll notice that this layout here, I've got state, which will be my configuration, username and password stuff, and data, which will be the message data. And then over on the right panel, I've got my job expression. We're doing a more complex job here. This will be for creating tracked entity instances in DHIS2. So setting all of these individual attributes with very particular data values. So what we want to do first is set up our environment. And if we've been receiving payloads from Kobo on OpenFn.org, we're going to have to go to OpenFn.org and grab one of those payloads to use locally with devtools. So I'm heading over to OpenFn.org. I'm going to the inbox. I'm getting that last message, and I'm going to click this Copy Message Body to Clipboard button. I will paste it in here. Beautiful. And now we have our full message body from Kobo. And you'll see that over on the right-hand side, we're still doing the exact same thing we were doing before. It's the same job that runs locally now. But down at the bottom, instead of the Save and Run button on the platform, you actually execute using core and devtools. So you see here this command I'm about to run is core execute. -L is for the language package or adapter, and in this case we're using language DHIS2. -S is for the state file we're using. Now state is usually assembled by the platform, but if you're using the open source stuff, it's built by hand or by whatever application is using OpenFN microservice. State, we have configuration and data. Output is where we're going to write the output. We're also going to look at the logs show up beneath us. And then finally, -E is for the expression, and that's the job expression we see over here. So if I comment all of this out and say something like console.log, this is a test, save that and run it, well, it finishes pretty quickly and it logs this is a test. Now, if I bring back our create TEI operation, save that and run it, we should see status success, imported one on DHIS2. And sure enough, we can go check DHIS2 and the record's there. But you'll notice how we've done our best to make the experience of using the open source tools, devtools, core, adapters, etc., really similar to using the platform itself. Now, obviously, having a completely configurable code editor like this running on your own machine will be very exciting for some types of users and really daunting for others. So remember, you can always use a free forever project tier on OpenFn.org. And again, I just want to plug this portability feature. If setting up your projects is easier through the user interface rather than through devtools, which again just appeals to a different user group here, you can create that project with the triggers and the credentials using the web UI, and then you can export it as a project.yaml or as a microservice.zip and then run that anywhere. So this is another way that I commonly write jobs, and I just love being able to fly around the terminal here and add lots of console.logs, be able to test all of this stuff without having to go through OpenFn.org. Cool. I hope that's helpful, and I will speak to you soon. Thanks. Bye.